Let's make a game. Hi, and welcome to the first devlog for a voxel style game that I'm working on. So since this is the first time, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm 24, I live in New England, and I'm finishing up my bachelor's in computer science. I've been learning Unity since the COVID pandemic, and after graduating high school, I didn't really have any real direction, so I decided to learn how to code. Fast forward almost 6 years, and I finally feel like I'm ready to commit to making a game of my own. Okay, so I've had a lot of ideas over the years, but I usually never finish them because I suck. But this time feels a little bit different. I'm currently in school, I don't have a job at the moment. And for once, I actually have the time to focus and work on something that I actually see through. So let's talk about the game that inspired it. During the pandemic, Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, and honestly, that was one of the best periods I can remember. Just coming home, relaxing, and running around the small world with no pressure. It just felt amazing. I also really love the chibi art style from The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the 2019 remake. So visually, I'm aiming for something in that direction with a voxel style. A big reason I'm making this game is simple. I really want to finish something. I've never really felt a sense of strong accomplishment in my life, and I want a project that I can look back at and say, like, I actually did that. Like, I finished something for once in my life. For development, I'm going to be using Unity since I'm comfortable with C# and Magica Voxel for the models. Right now, I've put together a very simple prototype with a small platform, a tree, and basic resource gathering where the tree drops wood when you hit it. Nothing fancy. The goal is just to get what's in my head onto the screen and see how it feels. The game uses an orthographic camera because I think it fits the style really well, and I also think orthographic cameras are pretty cool. As for gameplay, I'm still undecided on combat. I love the combat in Link's Awakening. It's simple, it's effective, but I don't want to ruin the cozy vibe. One idea is to include enemies, but allow a peaceful mode, similar to Minecraft, where combat is disabled. I do want NPCs in the world where you can interact with and complete quests, so there's always a sense of direction and purpose instead of just wandering aimlessly. One of the first things I did was back up the project on GitHub. That way all the progress we've made is safe and I can actually track changes as I go. One of the next things I did was I jumped into Magica Voxel and I actually made this decent looking tree. And I went ahead and made this one. Nothing too crazy, just pretty simple. I also went together and put together a little voxel log. I know it looks terrible, but the reason I did this is because I don't like using pre-made assets. I'm not crazy about pre-made assets, they're fine. It's just I prefer to have my own just because it feels a little bit more authentic to me, in my honest opinion. I then went ahead and got them in scene, and I set up a little test scene, and what do you know? It's working. Look, I can go up to the tree, it does a little shake, and it drops the wood. And then I can pick it up. Next, I went ahead and got started on an inventory system, and I actually just followed a tutorial for this because I couldn't figure out how to make a good one for the life of me. So shout out to this guy, Coco Code, really good tutorial. I highly recommend you go watch it, check out his video, some great content. Anyways, let's check to see if it's working. We should be able to walk up to a tree now. If we hit F, and we can pick it up, and boom, there we go. And then we can pick up more, and it should stack. There we go. We got 6 items we can drag. We can drop into certain slots. The UI looks terrible right now, but we'll worry about that later. Pretty decent system. Next, I put together a day-night cycle, and it's fairly simple. It does use real time, so it uses your computer's time, kind of like how Animal Crossing does it. And it's based on an animation curve, so the animation curve lets me control exactly how bright the sun is at any time of day, so making sunrise and sunset feel smooth instead of abrupt. Okay, here it is in action. As you can see, as I slide it, it becomes night, morning, noon, back to night. It looks pretty well. I did go ahead and put together a small little Trello board just so I can have an idea of what I should be doing. Next, I'm going to be working on the procedural generation, but unfortunately, I am going to do that in the next video because I do want to keep this video very minimal. With that being said, I do want to say thank you for watching if you made it this far, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I'm more than happy. I'm very open to suggestions, criticism, anything like that. Very open to it. Let me know your thoughts on my idea. I think it's kind of cool personally. I don't know. It would mean the world to me if you could sub. And last but not least, I am recording this on January 2nd, so I do hope everyone has a great year and hope you all achieve your goals and all that fun stuff. So thanks for watching and take care. Why do devlogs start at 0? Is that like a coding joke? Because zero indexing, like of an array or list, starts at zero. I don't know. I've always wondered that. The world may never know.